Hello, good evening, world. Hello, world. I want to go through and give this a shot. I saw this article today from Jeremy at noted.lol, self-hosted Uptime Kuma. He introduces this project, Uptime Kuma, which seemed to be pretty cool. It's a self-hosted monitoring tool. I'm all about self-hosted type of stuff. I have some servers at home and in the cloud, and I have different apps here and there, and just kind of want to check to see if they're running. And it'd be nice to have a tool that does that neatly without having to write a bunch of stuff by yourself. So we can actually try a demo and look. But I do actually plan on in this video hosting it, getting it set up, configuring it a little bit. First time, first try, so definitely not an expert. But I think I can get this hosted, make it public in less than an hour. That's the hope. Thanks to tools like Docker and the like, and Caprover, which I'm using, which is a really cool project that we'll see shortly. Do I really care about the demo? Nah, I don't care. Let's just get into it. So I read through this already. You can see there's some nice dashboard here. Got some different sites that you can add, that you can monitor. I think what it does is every 20 seconds or so, it just kind of pings it and checks. These can be sites. They can be services like REST APIs. They can be DNS lookups. And they have integrations for notifications. So if you have a site go down, you can get like a Discord message or an email or whatever. There's like a bunch of different notifications that they've got set up here. This is actually a pretty mature project. I noticed that you've got upwards of 40,000 stars on GitHub. That's pretty big time, at least from what I've seen. That's pretty well known. A lot of different features here. You can see the full list out there, GitHub repo. And yeah. I really just kind of want to, I've already kind of read through and been kind of convinced that I want this. And I think those are kind of like the biggest parts. So I'm not going to go too much into the details. I think it's about time that we actually just try and stand this up and see where it goes. So here we go. So thank you, Jeremy, for showing up in my Google feed and hinting me towards this service. I think it's cool. I think it could be really cool. All right, so what I'm going to do, so just review this real quick just to see what our dependencies are. I'm not going to just run this like on a machine straight up, although I could, but I'm not really worried about that. I'll show you what I'm going to do, but let's understand what we need. So we obviously need Docker. We're going to need a port. You know, restarting always, that's kind of like a given. We're going to need a volume. Okay, then they just give it a name. Sure, and then this is the image name. Perfect, so easy peasy. Not going to worry about the non-Docker approach, which kind of puts us at the end of it. That's basically it, I suppose. So let's give it a shot. I will go to their, I do want to go to their Docker Hub page. Okay, open a new tab, please. Thank you. And check this out real quick. Maybe there's some helpful insight in here for my approach. So I have gotten a tendency to prefer specified tags rather than just latest. I'm tired of code rotting. I'm really sick and tired of code rot. So I've gotten to the point where it's just like, all right, look, I'm just going to grab a tag that gives me an exact version number. All right, so we gotta have a volume. Start the container with the port mount and a volume. That's it. This is all it's saying. So there's not like Okay, that's easy. I mean, honestly, this is stuff that Caprover can do for us immediately. So let's set one up in the cloud here. Let me just log in real fast. Um, just a small little plug for these guys. I think this project is amazing and kind of lesser known. It's pretty niche. Basically, this is Heroku. This is a free self-hosted Heroku. Since Heroku kind of took away their free tier, which was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, Heroku was a little bit lacking in their free tier. If you have like a server or a home server, or even just like some laptop you want to just have a server in your home, you can spin this up on it with Docker. Everything's Dockerized. It's honestly, it obviously takes a little bit of technical knowledge, but not a lot. As far as self-hosted goes, it's really straightforward. Really cool project, and I'm gonna be using them today. They are the platform that I'll be standing this up on. So yeah, this is it. This is actually running on a server in the cloud. We can actually, monitor its resources right now and just do a quick check to see how things are going. I hope I'm not exposing secrets here. I could be. I stand at risk of that, but whatever. Yeah, our CPU's fine, memory's fine. It's nice that these tools exist. We can just kind of look and see. Oh yeah, okay. Computer's fine. I can go to my disks and I can see that I've got basically 100 gigs, and I've used 60 of them, so I've got 35 gigs left. So we're fine. So we're ready to roll. So let's go to my app list. We're going to create a new app here. I'm going to check the database if they have something in a one-click. That would be nice. But oh my gosh, they do. They have a one-click app supported out of the box. So honestly, there's not a lot of complexity here. You just need a volume and a port, which is stuff that you can configure and real easy with this tool. But one click should be even easier. So we click that. This talks about some of its features. What do we want to call it? Yeah, I don't know. Just call it Uptime Kuma. Let's not get our Kuma. Let's not get too crazy about it. There's the version 152. Is that what I was going to use? No, I was going to use 123. But they have 152. Wow. Is that like a new one? Where's that coming from? Well, that's weird. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to use that version. I'm going to use this one, 1.23.2, because that's what I found on Docker Hub. All right, deploy. Boom. All right, awesome. Super simple, like a couple clicks. A little bit of research on the Docker Hub page to see what tags they've got, so I can grab like one. You could probably just do latest if you wanted, but my opinionated self wants to use a particular version. You can see that this thing's running. It's probably downloading the image and a few other things. So yeah, you can see here it's downloading. And we're done. And here we go. We've already got the service available. Go ahead and it's on HTTP. It's not secure yet, so let's finish this. And then we'll go to Uptime Kuma. Caprover is cool. I can go to my app list, a couple different things live. Click on Uptime Kuma. Enable HTTPS. This is so nice, you guys. I have a subdomain at .lab.islandisl.dev. I set this up with my DNS host once. Everything to the left here, all these subdomains are managed automatically from Caprover. And I can get HTTPS on the ones that I want with a click of a button. I don't have to worry about the Nginx configuration. I don't have to worry about the cert bot stuff. It's all done. It's really nice. And if I don't want to publish stuff, like let's say I have a database, like I have a Postgres database here, and I don't want it to be open to the world, I just want it to be something like local. In fact, all of these containers share a network, which might be a security risk if you want to be strict about it. All these images share a network. So they can point to Postgres by like, there's a friendly URL that it can point to and get a Postgres URL. Anyways, super cool. But then, yeah, when you have like stuff that you want to actually post, like this is published, time track's published. That's what I've got running this app right here. This is pointing to HTTPS. Super cool stuff. Anyways, all right, Uptime Kuma, let's go back in there. All right, so we're live. And everything's, because I did the one click, everything's already done. So it already knows like what port to run on. Nginx is already set up, not worried about it. I am surprised that the WebSocket support is not there by default, because I remember reading in the Docker, the GitHub README, that one of the inspirations for this motivation for this project was he wanted to use WebSocket instead of a REST API. So, anyways, configs, yeah, nothing. He's got a simple like directory going to Uptime Kuma. Simple as it gets. Now let's see what it looks like. Let's go there. Okay, now connect to server. Yeah, see, we're having an errors. So this one-click repository is not actually perfect, right? These are open source software. You're gonna run into errors, of course. And I noticed that. I was like, I'm pretty dang sure the guy that made this wants to use WebSockets, but yet it wasn't configured to use WebSockets out of the box. Alright, probably just gonna be a click of the button. Let's find out. Boom! One checkbox, save and update. Let's see if that doesn't just fix it. Alright, stopping all containers, starting all over. Oh, it's using SQLite. Oh, cool. Okay, alright, so we're starting again. Okay, now it's listening, so this should be ready to go. Let's give this a refresh. This is a error page from actual Caprover, so it might still be starting. Let me give it a little bit more time. There we go. Boom. All right. So I just needed a second to like boot up. Yeah, starting in SCD and then boom. Yeah. I needed to give it a little bit more time. Let's close some of these tabs I don't need. I'm gonna keep that guy. I have that over here, so just close that. And I think I also have, no, this is Caprover. Okay, cool. Well, I'm done kind of talking about this. If you want to check it out, please do. Awesome. Free open source PAS. Super cool. I find that they help just doing these little subdomain stuff so easy. I mean, look at this. I have just like that in like 2 seconds with very little effort. I already have, I mean, okay, so I had to set this up once. I had to create a DNS record on my domain, a wildcard record on my DNS domain, which, you know, GoDaddy or Namecheap or whoever you bought your domain through. And then a little bit of Docker setup. But it's like, dude, like that took me like, from never doing it before in my entire life, it took me like 1 day, maybe 2 days. And all of a sudden this thing serves me for like a long time. It's nice. So I can just set up like new domains super fast, new subdomains super fast off of my main domain. And I have like my little laboratory. I'm a fan. All right. Boom, we are in. This is full live, full hosted, here forever. It's on a cloud server that I've never had problems with. Thank you, Oracle Cloud. Free tier, amazing stuff. Quad core, like 24 gigs of RAM, dude. This mother trucker is beastie. As far as free cloud services go, you're hard pressed to find anything better. I've had this long running server going, quad core, 24 gigs RAM, 100 gigs hard drive, for yeah, I'd say at least 2 years. And I've had one mandatory restart. They were, you know, switching their stuff as they do. So anyways, all right, so cool, here we go. I'm just gonna click on a few buttons here. I've never been here before. So, you know, stuff that you're kind of like, yeah. Okay, if you have a Steam game server, you need an API key for that. Okay. What else we got here? NCSD, DNS cache. I don't even know what all this stuff is. Okay, we got appearance, dark theme, notifications. What does it take to set up telecommunication? This is going to be essential to operations here. I want a notification. We got all these things. I am actually interested in Discord and SMTP off the bat. I'm going to pick one. One which one's going to be easier, but I'm just kind of curious. What are these other ones? Home Assistant, okay. Cook. Noster, Enify. Push by Takulis. Pushy, Slack. Lots of stuff. Honestly, don't know half of these things, but that's cool. What does Discord need? Discord webhook URL. You can get this by going to Service Settings, Integration, View Webhooks, New Webhook. Alright, let me try this real quick. Discord. I'm not going to show everything here because I don't want to give away too many like private stuff. But I got a server here. This is my own server. There's no one in here. It's fine. But I use this for testing, and I would actually like to get some notifications here. So I'm actually going to follow through these steps. This says go to Server Settings, Integrations. Okay, yeah, yep, I found it. I just right-clicked the, well, I can show you. You just right-click the server name, Server Settings, and then Integrations, pop. New webhook, probably that. And there it is, Captain Hook. Alright, all the details and stuff are probably going to be in here, so I'm going to move this off screen. General, copy webhook ID. Oh wow, okay, so they did a good job. They kept this like secret, so like, I just created the new webhook, Captain Hook. So create the webhook URL, it goes to my general channel, I'm just going to call it Captain Hook. No problem. I just copy it. So we're going to put this in here. Yeah, we're just going to call it Uptime Kuma. And I wonder if I can ping myself, Isaac. Here's a notification. I have no idea. I'll come back and customize this sometime, but until then, just going to kind of keep it pretty generic. Okay, hang on, let's read some of these choices here before I commit on this. This notification, default enabled, this notification will be enabled by default for new monitors. You can still disable the notification separately for each monitor. Yeah, that's actually, I want that default enabled. Apply on all existing monitors. Okay, that doesn't matter for me because I don't have any existing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my secret in here now. Oh, there's a button to test. Let me test it. Did that work? Would you look at that? I got a message saying my Discord alert one testing. Cool. Alright, friendly name. Let's do... Okay. Let's see. My server. Let's see. Cloud services. Discord alert. We're going to call it that. It's some stupid name, whatever. Okay, save. Boom. Okay, are we good? I think we're good. Let's move this back. So there we go. I just set that up. That was super easy to do in Discord. I have my own server, so it's easy to do that. If you wanted to do that in like a server you're a part of, you probably have to have the right permissions. You got to figure that out. No problem. Reverse proxy, I don't think I'm interested in doing anything like that. I'm not using any protected resources under a VPN or anything. Tags, monitor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I can even set up 2FA. That's pretty cool. I think I will. Let me do this off screen. Okay. I'm not going to dick around in the settings any longer. There's API keys, proxies, backup, about. I'm fine. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of things. Let me find a service that I want to test. Anywho, this is going to be my home page for now, let's just say. Set a new monitor, HTTPS. Okay, you could do TCP, ping. If you want to ping server, see if it's up, Docker container type of thing. Lots of stuff. SQL database type of monitoring. That I'm interested to know what kind of stuff they can do there. Redis, Radius, Mongodb, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try HTTPS. Friendly name. Let's do blog homepage. Paste my own page in there. Heartbeat interval every 60 seconds. I'm sure. Maximum retries before the service is marked as down. Don't forget to send. Give it a couple tries. And let's give it 2 tries. Heartbeat retry interval. So if it's like retrying, I'm gonna give it a little bit less time if you're retrying. We'll go like 45. Press timeout, resend notification if down X times consecutively. Lots of fun little nitty-gritties here. Advanced certificate expiry notification. Ignore TSL error. Upside down mode. Flip the status upside down if the service is reachable. It is down. Wow, I don't really know what that's about, but okay. Accept these status codes, monitor group. Oh, okay, have like a group of stuff, alright. Well, sure, let's create a group. We'll call this like, I don't know. Oh, actually, we'll do a group for webmason.com. We'll just say like outline, blog, homepage. Tag it too, okay. I think the group's gonna be enough. Notifications, my cloud services, yes. Discord alert, yep, set that up. No proxy, just a get, no body, no headers, authentication, no, it's all good. Save. Added successfully, blog home page, all children up and running. Okay, some little toast updates. I think this means that it sent a request. Interesting, this actually is a cloud server as well, so this isn't like on my home. So I imagine this will be green forever. This is also hosted by Oracle, so you can pause this if you want, you can edit it if you want. Okay, oh, how do I go back? Clone it if you want. Here I've gone ahead and made a Docker compose file for this service, Uptime Kuma. Pointing to an image, restart always, ports, volumes. I've also attached a network because for this example I want to test its connection to Postgres and Mongo, and just want to look at that and see how that would work. So, I'll share that as well, but there's that. This is running. I can show. It's already up. We can see it's running right here. So, this should be ready to go on port 3001. This is a remote machine, so I gotta map the port real quick. Let's take a look. Boom. Alright, we're in. So, actually, I don't know why I opened that. This is just test. So we'll do test, test, test. Just created this locally. Okay, well. This is not going to be my production one, so I don't have notifications set up. This is just, I wanted to show another way of going about doing this, because the way that I did it with the one click on Caprover wasn't very insightful. I did take the command straight from their Docker files, so I'm not like making any of this up. This is all stuff that's on their documentation. I'm just kind of converted it to a Docker Compose file if that's the way you prefer. But if you don't like that, then you can simply just run this command. It'll do the same thing. It has the restart always command, which we can see here, and the 3001 port, and an Uptime Kuma volume, and giving it a name, and declaring like what image you want. So this is the same stuff, just different way to go about doing it. And yeah, I'm adding a couple containers for fun. These containers aren't exposed out of the cluster or this service Docker Compose group. So the only port that's exposed here is the 3001. So these services can only be accessed by Uptime Kuma at this point. You can customize that if you want by exposing a port and customizing this to meet your needs. So let's look. Right, let's monitor it. So, because I noticed as part of their monitor types, they had some network ones you kind of come to expect, but then there's some other interesting ones, and I kind of want to look at that and give that a shot. So we'll just try local Postgres. Here's the connection string. Should just be able to use this information here. This is what I use. Username is Postgres. The host is actually called Postgres as well. The port's the default one, which I think is 543. What is? It's like 5432. But Postgres default port. I don't remember off the top of it. 5432. Okay. 5432, and the database is called Postgres. Okay, so it's wanting a query. I wonder if I can just not do it, and I wonder if it has some default behaviors. Nope. Okay, so that means I probably have to select from something. What if I can just select get date? Is that a thing? Let's see. Select get date update. Let's see. Okay, local Postgres function get date does not exist. Okay, so I might have to actually connect to the database and give it a table, which I don't have. I just built this. Just to kind of see what this might do. That's a bit of a hassle, but let's just get it done real quick. I just want to see this through. I could probably do this. Alright, so I think it's like, I'm gonna have to use Copilot to help me out do this. Okay. Let's see what it does. Yes. Okay, here we go. So container, yeah, PSQL. Let's just see if I use PSQL. Root does not exist. Okay, so we gotta go user, which is Postgres. Is it like a dash p? Probably. No, just user path. Okay. All right, we're in. Let's just use that. I don't really care. Okay, that did it. All right, so now I can edit this. Select everything from table users. Okay. What's up? So yeah, all I did was just, this is a brand new container Postgres. There's nothing in it. It does start with the database, and it's called Postgres, but I had to actually like connect to the shell, which is this command here, and then I connected to the Postgres SQL daemon using the user Postgres, which is here, and then I just straight created a table called users with an ID and a name, and then I'm just using a query here, select. This is going to return no users, but at least it won't fail because there is a table called users, and so it passes. Whereas before I was using the get date thing and it wasn't working because that just didn't work. So cool. That's how you do that. Pretty straightforward stuff as far as like connections to Postgres goes. Let's try this Mongo one. I'm a little bit concerned because I didn't actually create like a, yeah, I don't have a username and password. I wonder if there's like default stuff. I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, I should have used these. Yeah, I didn't do that. I need to do that because I don't have a user or a password, so how's it going to work? I'm not sure. Let's just give that to it now. Environment, and then let's get out of here. Let's just bring this down, compose down, which means this website is going to start to fail. So it lost its connection, no problem. We're gonna, so down should have actually like straight up killed the containers. So if I do up, hopefully that did the trick. We'll see in just a second. Although this, okay, cool. So it's saved. All right, we'll see. I've got my doubts, but MongoDB friendly name. Welcome, Mongo. MongoDB username would be root, and password is example. It is Mongo. The default Mongo port, which default MongoDB port. This one. That looks right. Don't know off the top of my head, but I do recognize it. And then I guess, gosh, I don't know what the database is going to be called. Well, send it. Authentication failed. Maybe? Oh my gosh, let's go. Okay, so I think the problem is when I first created the Mongo image, I did not have the environment variable for the initialization of the username and the password. And all those authentication stuff was stored there. So I deleted the volume and recreated and made sure that I had these environment variables, the where's the Mongo one? Mongo init DB username and Mongo init root username, password, excuse me. Also, I saw something on GitHub about the potential need for using this authSource admin at the connection string. So I also changed the connection string to include username, password, Mongo 2017, and then yeah, this URL parameter, authSource equals admin. And now we're starting to see it work, so this is good. So yeah, alright, cool. So I've demonstrated this app a little bit with some HTTP endpoints, one Mongodb database, and one Postgres database. And there's many more. It's pretty straightforward.